Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you a really good gun a slot offset scheme. I'm currently using the New England Patriots playbook. This is out of the playbook as well as out of the spread offensive playbook, and it is the second gun formation in this Patriots playbook. But today we're going to be going over it. I'm going to be showing you guys 5 plays that you guys can use to win more games in Madden 21. We're going to go over 2 run plays and 2 pass plays in this entire scheme. Probably will take up about 15 to 20 minutes. I'll try to explain them as best I can. But guys, before we do get in the video though, if y'all want to follow me on Twitter, my link is going to be down below. I do post when my new videos go live there. Also, if you want to check out my Discord server where I have a lot of people in there right now, we're doing honestly amazing. I really can't thank you guys enough for all you've done. Subbing to the channel, liking my videos. I mean, the support has been insane recently, and I just can't thank you guys enough, man. You really do make my world whole. So that's really what it is, and I just want to thank you guys. And if you guys don't have a Discord account as well, you can go and sign up in the description below. And then we have 2 YouTube self-promotions as well. If you guys want to check out my 2 most recent videos, they are going to be in the top right of the screen right now. And then also, guys, if you want to join my channel, which costs about $5 a month, it's a subscription service. It will give you full access to all written out Madden guides on my Discord server. I might even be starting up a website or restarting my website soon. If you guys didn't know, last year I had a website called redzonetips.ga where I'd write articles about videos that I did and whatnot. I might try to restart that website, selling schemes and whatnot. So if you guys want me to go ahead and do that, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I will be willing to go and restart that website for you guys, and it will be in the description if you guys do want to check it out once it is obviously ready to go. And basically, also, you in the Discord server, you will get full access to my new YouTube videos right when they're released, or not right when they're released, but right when they are edited and completed and all rendered and everything like that. I will be posting it on the Discord, so if you guys are members of the channel, you'll be able to see that right away and get a step ahead of the game up from everybody else. So if you guys want to do that, once again, it's $5 a month. I would really appreciate it if you guys did that, but it's not required. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's head into the setup for this scheme. Alright guys, so here we go. This is going to be the play right here, or the setup. So first of all, we're going to go into our pre-play adjustments. Really, all you're going to make is just some substitutions. So we're going to go over a slot offset right here. How to access your subs is you're going to press the RB button on your controller, and basically you just want to make sure in this position you have your fastest you have your fastest receiver. So you see here I have Deebo Samuel. He has about 92 speed. He's the fastest on the 49ers. And then this position you want to have your best or second best receiver, depending on, you know, where they are. Like if, for example, if you have Tyreek Hill right here, you'd play Sammy Watkins right here. That's basically what it is. So I have Brandon Ayuk in this position. He'll do just fine. But basically right here, for your audibles, you're going to have inside zone as your X audible, PA post shot as your Y audible, post as your LB audible, and then China double in as your RB audible. And you're always going to come out in this PA bubble play. And honestly, guys, that's basically it. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to first talk about PA bubble and inside zone, and then we're going to move into talking about the passing plays. So let's go ahead. Let's get into PA bubble. Alright guys, so here we go. This is going to be PA bubble. Now this is an RPO. This is actually a really good RPO as well because it is a bubble screen rather than a slant. Now, in terms of how to run the ball, if you guys are seeing that your blocks are holding up pretty well, if you want to run the ball, just hold the A button and then will work perfectly fine. And then also if you want to throw a screen pass, you just have to press the B button when the receiver becomes available to throw to. Now, in terms of your pre-play adjustments, really all you're going to do, you're just going to ID the mic, the opponent's user, whoever he's using. So let's say he's using this linebacker. I'd go and ID the mic him, or this linebacker, I'd go and ID the mic him. Now, how you're going to ID the mic, you're going to press LB and A on your controller, and then you're going to press A on whatever player you would like to do. So you see right here, now he's got that little blue M right there, and that means that if the blocking does hold up, I believe in one of my adjustments here, this left tackle, or one of my left tackles, he's actually going to go and he's going to pick up that player, which will be really, really key in run blocking. And then the final adjustment that I like to make is I just like to slide my protection to the left, which is going to be LB, and right in the left stick. So pretty much, guys, that's what it's going to be. So now what we're going to do is you really have to kind of judge on if your blocks hold up really well, you're going to want to run the ball, or if that outside, for example, if that X receiver gets a really good block on that outside corner that he's lined up with, then you're going to want to go to the bubble screen. So right here, you're going to see that Unfortunately, I threw the ball too early. Sometimes that B receiver or X receiver, he sometimes does not block correctly. So, like in this case right here, we're just going to slide protection. We're going to wait until he picks him up. You're going to see that he goes with that little block. He does kind of get shoved off, but you saw that we were able to get a pretty solid 4 yards right there. And that was pretty good. And then also, if we run the ball, we're just going to hold the A button. You're going to see that we're going to kind of accelerate. And unfortunately, the blocks did not hold up right there. It's pretty much all a 50-50 game if you're asking me. But you're seeing once again, like for example, like those blocks held up really well, but sometimes the blocks are not going to hold up as well. So you really have to sort of gauge in terms of this. So we're just going to run this one more time on offense. Then we're going to move into the next play. But basically, we're going to see that this X receiver, he ends up actually getting a pretty good block, and I accidentally juke out of bounds right there. I was probably able to turn up field for like 10 or so yards. We're going to run it one more time. We'll go with like a run play. You're going to see that Trent Williams goes right away, picks up the user player. We're able to turn up field for very easy yards. But guys, let's go ahead now. Let's move into the first running, or yeah, technically the first running play. It's going to be inside zone. Alright guys, so here is inside zone. It's a really simple play. All you're going to do, same pre-play adjustments, just ID the mic, the user player, and then slide protection to the left. And we're actually going to have one more step here. If your opponent has any superstar X factor or superstar ability defensive lineman, you just want to ID where you want to double team them, which is going to be LB and down the right stick. You see you have this little icon right here. You're just going to go to any player that has that ability or X factor, and you're going to press A on them, and then it will basically key in on double teaming that player. That way he doesn't have a good chance of getting to you. But you see right here, we're just going to follow our blocks. We end up accelerating. Unfortunately, we do get tackled right there because I really didn't read my blocks. I got to test myself more in terms of reading my blocks better. But once again here, same setup. We're just going to run this. You're going to see we're going to accelerate, and I tried to shoot through that hole, but you saw even I got tackled. I'm still getting about 4 to 5 yards of play on these run plays. And they are doing a very, very good job for me right here. We're just going to run this one more time. Then we're going to move into the passing plays. So we're going to see right here. Just wait for your blocks to develop. And unfortunately, I made the wrong read. And you saw that Duggar was able to light me up right there. Let me just run this one more time. I want to get one more good run for you guys. So here we go. Just going to run this. You see that Trent Williams able to hold him up. We're able to go for a solid 11 to 12 yards. So guys, that's pretty much going to do it now for inside zone. So let's go ahead. Let's move into the first passing play, which is going to be PA post shot. Alright guys, so here we go. This is going to be PA post shot right here. I'm going to be showcasing, I believe, 2 different setups you can run against shallow coverages and then one against man coverage and deep coverages. So, but this is going to be against a cover 2. Now, I did adjust the zone drops to have it as the flats on 5 yards and curl flats on 20 yards. It's basically what most players are running in Madden. But if you come against a player who's running cover 2 or he's just overall really shallow in coverage, what you're going to do is you're going to first block your running back, which is going to be Y, RB, and RT. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw this Y receiver on a delay fade, which is going to be Y, Y, and up on the right stick. Basically, a delay fade is, let's say you're blocking, or let's just say your other receivers are not really getting open. You could just press Y on your controller, and then this tight end right here, he's going to go on a streak route. And they also, I believe, have flat routes and cross routes, but for this, we're going to use a delay fade, and it's technically a streak route. And overall, it does a pretty solid job of getting open, and it's a very nice safety net to have in your offense. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw this B receiver into a hitch route, which is going to be Y, B, and RT. Basically, a hitch route is just a short curl route. It goes about, I think, 3 to 4 yards and then stops. And it's actually a very, very good thing to use against deep coverages such as cover 3 and cover 4 palms. And then it does pretty well in man coverage. Then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to throw this X receiver on a slant, which is going to be YX and right on the right stick. So basically right here, this is going to be your setup on offense. And an optional setup you could do is if you want to throw this RB receiver or running back on a option route, which is going to be Y, RB, and L2 or LT, you could definitely do that if your opponent is not really sending a lot of pressure. But if he is sending a lot of pressure and you don't really want to give up that blocking, I would just recommend blocking him up. But basically, you're going to make a read. Your first read here is going to be this B receiver. Then you're going to look at the A receiver, and then finally that X receiver, or the X receiver. Then finally that Y receiver on the delay fade. So we're going to run this play. I'm going to see that B receiver is not open. However, we're going to be able to throw that crosser right to the tight end. And as you can see, we're able to get very, very easy yards from throwing that crosser. So once again here, block your running back, delay fade your Y tight end, hitch the B receiver, and then put this X receiver on a slant. And then we're going to run this play. You're going to see that over the middle, this X receiver gets open. Now, you could also go ahead and wait until he goes to the sideline, then throw that ball. Really just depends on how good your protection is on offense. And then, finally, we're going to take a look at that delay fade that we have right there. So, we're just going to run this right here, and we're going to see right here. Just going to run. Actually, no, I'm not changing coverages. So I'm just going to show you what that delay fade is. Let's just say there's nobody open on the field. Just press Y right here. He doesn't actually get open right away. For some reason, he sort of glitched inside my offensive lineman. So I'm just going to run that one more time for you guys. But here we go. Block your running back, delay fade, hitch, and a slant. Run this play. And we're going to go with that release. You see that he comes off his blocker, able to catch that ball, turn up field for about 11 to 12 yards. So, guys, that's going to do it for PA post shot against shallow coverages. Now let's go ahead. Let's move on to this play against deep and man coverages. All right, guys, so here we go. We are facing a cover 3 right here. Now, a big teller if it's a deep coverage is if the cornerbacks are farther back than a shallow coverage. So I'm going to show you like a cover 2. You see that the corners are much more up on the receivers than a cover 3 to see they're farther back. Or if they're in a cover 4 palms, you're going to see that they're farther back here as well. Now, in terms of the setup of this play, you're just going to block your running back, but this time... instead of throwing that wide receiver on a delay fade, you're actually going to throw him on a block and release cross, which is going to be double tapping Y and flicking the right stick to the right. Basically, instead of going on a streak, what he's going to do is he's going to go on a drag route, and that's going to be very, very key against deep coverages. You're going to be able to really exploit them this way, and you're going to be able to get very easy yards. Then your next play, or your next adjustments are going to be to hitch the B receiver, and you're actually going to throw this X receiver on an out route, which is going to be Y, X, and then left on the left stick. This will do really good against deeper coverages, and it does a pretty good job of it. Like I'm going to show you right here. We're just going to throw this ball instantly. You see that Brandon Ayuk is able to get out of bounds with an easy 6-yard gain right there. That is going to be your first read, and if your opponent starts covering that, like he's going to throw like the outside receiver or the outside corner, if he starts to throw him into like a cloud flat to try and cover that, what you could do then is you're going to look for that hitch. So let's just say hypothetically this X receiver isn't open. We're just going to throw that hitch right here. You see that left side linebacker is too late to get there, and we're able to just low ball possession catch it. Now how to low ball is going to be holding the left trigger on your controller. And then we're going to take a look at that post that actually does get open. Contrary to popular belief, he actually does get open against cover 3. Just going to run this real quick. You're going to see that basically the coverage sort of lets up right here. You see that corner right there, he's going to kind of go to the outside or towards the middle of the field, and because he does that, we're able to throw that ball. Now also, another thing you could do, another animation I've seen, is that he'll sort of freeze in place, which will allow you to throw that crossing route with ease. So we're just going to run this play. You're going to see right here that he doesn't really stop right there, but if we lowball it right here to Kittle, now I don't know why he went out of bounds right there rather than trying to keep his feet in bounds. It's honestly just Madden, but some points he'll go and he'll just stop in place and you'll be able to throw that. And then we're finally going to look at the Y receiver on that little delay fade or the block and release cross. So we're going to take a look at it right here. Let's just say nobody's open. Press the Y button. You see he's going to go on that crosser route right there. Able to turn up field, and you see that we're able to get a very solid amount of yards right there because we're able to turn up field on that block and release cross. And quickly, I'll just show you guys this play against cover 4 palms just to show you guys this works, and then I'll also show you this against man. Then we're going to move on to the next play in this scheme. So just go with that block and release cross, go with the hitch, go with the out route. First, we'll throw the out route. Once again, you're going to see wide open, 6 yards, very, very easy. Next, we're going to take a look at that hitch. Then we're going to look at the crosser, and then finally that little block and release cross that we have right there. So once again here, block the running back, go with the block and release cross, hitch, out route. You're going to see right here that hitch. We're going to be able to rack catch that actually because not a lot of players are around him. We're able to turn up field for easy yardage. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at that crosser that we have with that A tight end. So block the running back, do him on a block and release cross, hitch the B receiver, do an out route. And we're going to watch this A receiver here. You're going to see that, actually, yeah, that was a bad read by me. I'm sorry about that, guys. That was a very bad read by me. Should not have made that read. I should have waited until he was at the sideline, then throw it. That's really what you should do. in those kind of situations. Now, you could also go ahead, I believe, if there's a vacancy in the middle of the field, you could definitely go and throw that ball. Like I'll show you here as an example, that there's a vacancy. You're going to see right here, vacancy in the middle of the field, just able to throw that post very, very easily right there. If my opponent is not covering that in the middle, or he's using like a D lineman or something like that. And then finally, we're going to take a look at that block and release cross. So just set this up, and here we go. Go on that block and release cross. You're going to see we're going to release him, and he actually gets held up. I don't know, dude. Okay, what was that? You know what? I'm not even, bro. I'm just going to take that sack. I don't even know what that was, bro. I honestly don't even. I've never seen an animation in the game before where he just gets clotheslined by his own defender, and he doesn't even try to run back on a route. So let me just do this again. So let's just say here, no protection, press this wide receiver. You see that he is going to go on that little crosser route, gets out of bounds here. Very easy 12 to 13 yard gain. But guys, let's go ahead now. Let's move on to the next play, which is going to be post. All right, guys, so here we go. This is the next play we're going over. It's going to be post. Now, this is actually a really good play because you're seeing right here, we have this RB receiver who's on a Texas route, which is a great route right here. You also have this X receiver who's on that like post. You have two corner routes. This is a really good stock play. However, we're going to make it better with a few adjustments. So the first thing we're going to do against shallow coverages, we're going to throw this Y tight end into a delay fade. And then we're just going to smart route the X receiver, which is going to be YX and RB. Basically, just makes this post route shorter. And this is what we're going to be looking like on this play. You're going to have two corner routes, that backside post, and that Texas route. Now, your reads on this play, your first read is going to be that Texas route coming from the backfield. Then you're going to look at the two corner routes, then that post route, and then finally the delay fade. So here we go. We see there's a vacancy in the middle. Throw that Texas route, make a little move inside. Get about 9 yards right here. Very, very easy play. Then we're going to take a look as well at those two corner routes. So delay fade, smart route. And we're going to go with this A receiver. You're going to see we're going to throw this ball right when he gets towards the sideline. Go out of bounds here. Very, very easy gain. Then we're also going to take a look at the other corner route coming from the left side here in that slot receiver position. So we're going to go with the delay fade. And then we're going to go with the smart route. We're going to hit up that B receiver. You're going to see that we're going to throw this to the outside, able to get a very easy completion. I think I might have messed that up. I might have audibled to a different coverage. And let me just go back real quick. Let me go to post. Actually, no, I think I did the right coverage. Okay. And then we're going to take a look as well at that post coming over the top. If your opponent is not playing over the top coverage, it's going to get wide open. You see we're throwing it right in the middle of the field. That's going to be an easy touchdown. If your opponent fails to cover the middle of the field, it's going to be an easy one-play touchdown. And then finally, we're going to take a look at that little delay fade we got set up on that Y tight end. So as you can see, it's just a two-step play, really easy. So we're going to go with that little release, and I don't know what happened right there, but you see that we're able to turn up field, get about 8-9 yards on that play. So now, guys, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the post play against deep and man coverages. All right, guys, so here is going to be post against deep and man coverages. You're only going to make one adjustment here. You're just going to throw this wide receiver or a tight end into a block and release cross, which once again is going to be double tapping Y and flicking the right stick to the right, and then just smart route the X receiver. That's literally all you're going to do. Now, your reads are not really going to change. You're going to go first to the Texas route, then to the two corner routes, then you're going to go to that post on the backside, and then you're going to go to that block and release cross. So once again, here I see that the middle is completely vacated. Go to the running back here, get a very easy 6-7 yards on that play, and it's just super easy against deep coverages to really expose them that way. So here we go. Just going to run a little cover 3. We're going to take a look at these corner routes. Now, these corner routes, you can still throw them. You see right here, there's a little soft spot in the area on the right side between the cornerback and the safety, and we're able to exploit that with George Kittle on a little low ball corner right there. So we're just going to run this. We're going to run a cover 3. We're going to take a look as well at that B receiver. Just going to low ball him. You see we go with that little aggressive catch to kind of get the inside leverage, and we'll end up turning up field here for like a 15-yard gain. Now we're going to take a look at that post coming over the top that you are going to be able to find the little soft spot in the cover 3. If your opponent does not cover it, you're going to be able to find it. There's a little soft spot right here. You're going to see here the safety sort of let up. We're just going to low ball it right here. You just want to make sure that the safety does not get a good run on it, and if we low ball it, he's not going to be able to. And then finally, we're going to look at that little block and release cross right here against cover 4 palms. So we're just going to run that, or excuse me, cover 3, I believe. Cover 3, yeah. Let me just audible. Okay, so we're in the right coverage. Once again, right here, just going to run this play. We're going to release him. You see that he goes on that drag, and there's literally nobody within like 10 yards of him. So we're able to easily exploit that. Let me show you guys this again. We're going to show you against this cover 4 palms. So here we go. We're just going to run this post. Then we're going to go with that block and release cross. We're going to go with that smart route. You're going to see Texas route wide open again. Just going to turn up to the left side of the field here towards that sideline. Going with an insane run. Raheem Mostert right there. Basically the champion of the 49ers last year in the NFC Championship game. And we're going to go with the same thing again. This time we're going to look at those corner routes. So you're going to see that actually the corners really back off on that right side, so we're able to throw that very easily. That right side is really just, it can be really penetrated by those corner routes, because if those guys drop too far back, then you're going to get very easy yards. Once again here, just go with that block and release cross, then go with that post. You're going to see that corner route, very good separation. Again, you see that Deebo Samuel able to reel it in for that catch. Then we're going to take a look at that post. So let me just go to posts, and then let me do this right here, that backside post. I'm going to show you this right here. You're going to see, it's, a little softer on the coverage. Going to go with the low ball, possession catch, boom, easy money, easy yards right there. Now we're going to finally take a look at that delay fade against cover 4 palms, or not delay fade, excuse me. We're going to take a look at that block and release cross against cover 4 palms. So you're going to see right here, we're just going to go with that. You're going to see that we're going to be able to throw that right here, move up field, able to get about 10 yards right there on that gain. And that's going to be pretty much it for the deep coverages. Now let's just do man. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Now, quick reminder or quick notice or disclaimer. Against man, this Texas route's not going to be open right off the rip, because there's going to be a linebacker on the running back. So what you're going to want to do, you're just going to want to wait a little bit, and then that Texas route is going to be open over the middle of the field. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. You're going to see, just wait a little bit. Linebacker doesn't follow him. We're able to reel in the catch. Now, I should have waited a little longer to throw that ball, but you see we're able to go get that catch. Then we're just going to run another one right here against man. Show you those two corner routes here. They actually have really good separation if you low ball and throw it right in the cut. So George Kittle, going to throw it right in the cut. You see that he's able to get far away from Gilmore, pulling the completion. Very simple stuff right here. Then we're going to take a look at as well that other corner route by that B receiver. You're going to see right on the cut, throw it, boom, easy completion, turn up field here, get about 20 yards. And then we're going to take a look at that post coming over the top, and then we're going to finally take a look at that block and release cross. So here we go. We're just going to set up this defense, and you're going to see, we're going to go with that post. You're going to see the great separation right there. And if your opponent's user is not covering that, very easy way to beat them out of man coverage with those posts and corners combo, man. That's why a slot offset is such a great formation, because you have all those combinations of routes that you can use. And then we're going to take a look at the block and release cross. And we're just going to go with that little release. You see the separation we get. And for that's a DB on him, by the way. I just want to preface that. That is a defensive back on him, on Jordan Reed. And he's getting that much separation. So now, guys, let's move on to the final play, which is going to be China double in. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be China double in right here. Now, your setup is going to be really easy. All you're going to do is you're just going to hitch the B receiver and slant the X receiver. So that's all you're going to do. Against shallow coverages, that's literally all you're going to do. Now, your first read is going to be this running back on this flat route. Then you're going to take a look at the hitch route, then the slant, and then finally the two corners. So I'm going to see right here, flat route not open. The B receiver's not open. However, I see that slant's open, so we're just going to lowball it right here, right in the middle of the field. And we were able to get a little completion right there. And if my user's not covering that, or if my opponent's user's not covering that, very easy way to beat them. And then let's just say he's not open. Just going to throw this wide receiver. I see he's open. We're going to throw to him here. That corner route just kills cover 2 if your opponent has very low zone drops on his flats. So here we go. Just going to run this one more time. Going to throw this A receiver this time. I just see, oh, this A receiver got amazing separation. Throw that ball right to the corner. You're going to see we get a completion for about like 10 to 15 yards. So, I mean, that's really about it for shallow coverages. But let's go ahead now. Let's move on to deep and man coverage setups. Alright guys, so here's going to be your setup against deep and man coverages. You're going to make one change. All you're going to do is instead of throwing X on a slant, you're going to throw X on a drag, which is going to be Y, X, and down the right sticks. So pretty much all you're going to do right here is you're just going to do that. Your reads are going to stay the same. First is going to be your running back, then your Y, then your hitch, then your X receiver on that drag or slant, and then the 2 corner routes. So let's just take a look at it. You're going to see that the flat's open. Going to throw that ball right here. Juke inside. We end up only getting about 5 yards on the play because I didn't get the greatest animation. But the thing is, if you do not aggressive catch it, I've seen this before, what's going to happen is basically going to go right off the running back's head. Like, no joke, man. It's going to go right off the running back's head. Now, I'm also going to show you that hitch route. You see that against those coverages, those deep coverages, really kind of lets up in the middle and allows you to throw those underneath routes with ease. Then we're going to take a look at that drag, and then we're finally going to take a look at those two corner routes by both tight ends. So here we go. I'm just going to show you that drag. You're going to see coverage lets up, throw that drag. We actually get a pretty good block there from Jordan Reed. He actually throws a decent block. We're able to turn up field there for about 10-15 yards. Then we're going to audible the China double in, go with that hitch, go with that drag. Then we're going to see those corner routes right here. You see Kittle just going to low ball it right there, go with a little aggressive catch, and we're able to get a nice 10 to 15 yard gain. And we'll just show you that other corner route as well against those deep coverages. We're almost getting to the end of this video, guys. I know it's been a long one. 27 minutes is a very long time, but I promise you guys this is well worth the watch if y'all are still here, man. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. You see, once again, Jordan Reed, throw right to the sideline, easy catch. We're going to run this against cover 4 palms once again, run the China double in. And we're just going to run that same setup. You're going to see, first of all, that flat route is open. We're going to go with the little ag catch. We're going to juke inside of Stephon Gilmore, get about 9-10 yards on that play. Then we're going to go to the hitch. So we're going to go to China double in, hitch, drag combo. Very easy. You got your simple high-low read. You're going to see we're going to throw that little hitch. We're going to turn up field towards the sideline, get a pretty solid gain right there. And honestly, man, this is a really good scheme right here. I just made this up, and honestly, I'm very shocked at how well this is, man. I'm really shocked at how well this works. So we're gonna take a look at the drag. You're gonna see here Jordan Reed actually comes in to throw a little block here on Kyle Duggar. We end up turning up field. And then we got those 2 corner routes. Then we're going to move into man coverage, and we're going to see how that does. So got the hitch, got the drag, and then we're going to go to those 2 corners. You're going to see that out of cover 4 palms, they sort of let up, but not really. Yeah, George Kittle didn't really make that catch. I mean, that wasn't really an easy catch. The linebackers sort of lined up inside of them. But really, as long as you have those first 3 reads, you really should be okay right here. And we're just going to throw to this wide receiver next. Going to take a look. We just wait, go right to the sideline, throw that ball. You see it's an easy completion. Now we're also going to go against man coverage, and then that'll be the end of this video. So China's double in right here. Going to go with that hitch, going to go with the drag combo. First, we're going to take a look. I see the flat route's not open. However, that hitch is going to be open. Just low ball it right in front of the player. Has no chance, almost no chance of getting to it. And you see we're able to make an easy completion. The flat route will actually not get open against man coverage. So just kind of keep that in mind right there if you do plan on running this scheme. And then we're going to take a look at the drag, then the 2 corners. And then that'll be the end of the video. See that drag, get some pretty good separation, about a 6-yard gain, I'd say. Very nice. And then we're going to look at the 2 corner routes. So let's go with China double in. Run those 2 corners. And we're going to go with this A receiver. You see, just throw it right on the cut. He actually lined up to the outside of him. You see, though, man, George Kittle is basically burning, in some situations, a 99 overall cornerback. Like, that really says a lot, man. That really does say a lot. You know, obviously, it's not like a 70 overall receiver burning him, but, you know, a 99 overall corner should be like a lockdown coverage, you think. But really it's not. Then we're going to take a look as well at this wide receiver. You see, throw him on the cut, tight end against a defensive back, and he's able to get that much separation. Insane. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like, smash 5 likes. Remember guys, all the setups and all my social media links, all the music I used in this video, all that stuff is down in the description below. But guys, take care. Most importantly, stay classy.